These things kept me broke for years, okay? So I'm not joking when I'm telling you, if I had gotten rid of these things sooner, I would be 10 times richer right now. Seriously. My name is Fred, and I grew up in a lower middle class family. My parents are nurses and we often lacked money, which is why I always had the drive to work extremely hard and to become financially free. And after failing countless times and trying every business model online and listening to all of the bad advice given by the big gurus, I finally cracked the code. And no, I don't have a Rolex or a Ferrari, and I also don't live in Dubai, but I've been able to create my dream life and reach all of my goals so far. So to thank you for being with me on this journey, when we hit 30,000 subs, I'm going to be giving away $2,000. All you need to do is to watch the video until the end, subscribe, and share it with a friend to push it in the algorithm. So if you're watching this right now, there's a good chance you're doing the same things again and again and again, and you don't even realize that these things are exactly what's keeping you broke. So we are going to rank these from least important to most important, meaning we're going to start with the kind of things that are a waste of time, but they're not ruining you. And then we'll go over the absolute worst, most destructive things that if you don't cut out of your life will keep you broke forever. And I'm gonna be honest with you, some of these are probably going to trigger some people. You're going to hear some of these and immediately want to defend them. But if you're serious about making money, not only for yourself, but also for the people that you love, you need to put your emotions aside, man up, and to just put in the work. Let's start with F tier. So in F tier, we're going to put all the things that people swear by, but that actually make no real difference when it comes to your financial situation. The first thing on the list is cold showers. Look, if you enjoy shocking yourself awake every morning, just go for it. But let's be real, taking cold showers, while it might help you to improve your discipline, it's not going to make you rich or to make you more money directly. At some point, I was very religious about it. I was getting up at 5 a.m., taking cold showers, and doing these kinds of difficult things to build up my discipline. But I was way less disciplined than right now. Right now, I start my shower with hot water, and then I flick it all the way to cold. Not because of the discipline aspect, just because I enjoy it. But I've never made as much money as when I stopped focusing on taking cold showers and journaling and reading an hour every day, because these things don't put money in your bank account directly. If anything, they are a distraction. If you ask Jeff Bezos, are cold showers the key to success? He would laugh in your face. Now the next thing on the list is meditation. Now before you come at me, I'm not saying that meditation is useless. I still meditate from time to time, and it can help you to deal with your stress, but let's be honest, a lot of people use it as a form of active procrastination. You don't need to meditate for at least 30 minutes per day to build a business. You just need to follow the right strategy and to take action consistently. So just like with cold showers, meditating will not directly put money in your bank account. The next thing on the list is reading books. Now I know that this one is controversial, but let me explain. Reading books is a great way to learn new things, to expand your mind, but most people also use it as a way to procrastinate. They read 20 business books but never actually start a business. They're convincing themselves they're learning when in reality, all they're doing is delaying action because they're scared to put in the work. That's the harsh truth. If you're broke, you don't need to read 50 books. You don't need more knowledge. You need execution. You'll be better off reading one book, implementing it, and then moving on. Some of the wealthiest people you see online, they're dumb, while you spend hours every day reading books instead of just taking action. But these dumb wealthy people, they will still make more money than you. Now let's move on to D tier. These are all of the things that actually slow you down, even though they're disguised as success habits. The first thing on the list is long-ass morning routines. A lot of people spend hours perfecting the perfect morning routine because they genuinely think that is what will make them successful. And they also think that unless they have this 3-hour-long morning routine, they don't stand a chance and they will never become successful. So they wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, even though they're sleep deprived. They drink some lemon water, even though it makes them want to throw up. They take a freezing cold shower, and then they journal, they meditate, they go for a walk, they go to the gym, they read for an hour, and before they've even done anything, half of the day is gone. I used to do this, to be honest with you, because I thought it would give me an edge. It didn't. All it did is to delay real work, the difficult, boring tasks I didn't want to do. So for me, the most productive morning routine so far, it's been to just wake up at 5, go to the toilets, obviously, make myself a cup of tea, get straight to work. That's it. Nothing fancy. The next thing on our list is obsessing over your goals. Now I know it might sound shocking. You might have heard me or other people say that you need to obsess over your goals. You need to be relentless about it if you actually want to become successful. And it's true, but at the same time, if you're always obsessing over your goals, for example, you tell yourself in 30 days, I need to make $10,000, and then you fail, and then you keep failing again and again and again, even though you're actually making progress in your business, all you're looking at is the end goal, the fact that you're still not where you want to be, even though you're making progress. And so you never appreciate all the small victories on the way, and that's a surefire way to burn out, to give up, and to be extremely disappointed and miserable. It's like some people, they start to make 2K, 3K per month, online, remote, doing what they love, but they're still depressed. Most people never even make $1 online, let alone doing something they love. So celebrate all of the victories. It doesn't doesn't mean you have to stop there, but focus on what you have, be grateful for it, and keep going, keep moving forward. And then that's how you'll achieve more. So it's important to know what you want long term, to have goals. But the problem is, if you just break your yearly goals into weekly goals and like daily goals, and then you fall short every time because you don't control all of the variables, you start to hate yourself. And now your self-esteem is extremely low, and you've got no motivation to do anything anymore. And that's exactly why most people quit and never make it, because the number one reason for failure in business and anything else in life is that people simply give up as soon as it gets tough. You can't expect to join the top 1%, to live an incredible life, while at the same time not do what 99% of people are not willing to do. Now, to help you, I've recorded a free video training in which I'm going to explain everything I did step by step to make upwards of $1,200 per day with my own consulting business. Most of it is profit, 95%. I will leave the link in the description below, but you can also directly apply to book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can help you to start or to grow your business. Moving on to C tier. These are things that feel like progress, but don't actually move you forward. The first thing on the list is watching make money online videos. You might think that this is a bit ironic of me to say right now, because after all, you are watching this video. But hear me out. Most people binge watch make money videos like their Netflix shows. They spend hours watching content about how to make money, but they never take any action. I can tell you this for a fact, because every week I speak to dozens of extremely ambitious people, existing business owners, but also people who want to start a profitable business. And every time they tell me it's been years since they've been wanting to start a business, but for some reason they still haven't taken the leap of faith and they still haven't gotten started. And that's why they keep spinning their wheels watching content but never actually doing anything. And I'll be honest, I was one of these people for years too. But the reality is, free videos can only take you so far. A free video cannot give you tailored, unique advice based on your unique situation. If you genuinely want to succeed, you need to stop consuming content for hours on end endlessly. You need to invest in yourself, work with a mentor, somebody who's been there, done that, because that is the shortcut to success. That is exactly what I did, and it changed my life. The next thing on our list is overthinking every decision you make. This one is deadly, and I'm very guilty of this, because I used to get stuck in analysis paralysis all of the time, and even to this day, sometimes it still happens, but I have to snap myself out of it. Over 5 years ago, I wanted to start a consulting business, because I knew selling high-ticket offers was the most profitable thing you could do, but I kept spending time watching content, researching, trying to find the perfect niche, or trying to come up with the perfect offer, the perfect strategy. And guess where that led me? Nowhere. So while I was just stuck in my head, people who just got started, they went for it, they started to make money. And the truth is, you will never have all the answers before you start. The only way to learn is by doing. Now let's move on to B tier. Now we're getting into the things that actually really hold you back from making money. The first thing on the list is dropshipping and physical product businesses. A lot of people start with dropshipping because it sounds easy. After all, you don't need to create a product, you just need to run some ads and then you start making sales on autopilot, right? Well, that's wrong. Dropshipping offers tiny profit margins, constant supplier issues, low quality customers, and you're competing with the biggest e-commerce brands in the world who can and will outspend you. It's by no means an easy way to make money, and 99% of people fail miserably. Instead, focus on selling high profit service offers and coaching offers, because that is where you make the real money. Now the next thing on the list is chasing views instead of customers. If you're trying to build a business online, you don't need to be famous or to get millions of views. What you need is the right kind of views. I see so many people obsess over their number of subscribers, their YouTube followers, or their Instagram engagement. But what you have to understand is that vanity metrics do not pay your bills. Money does. I would much rather have 500 views from qualified leads who want what I have to offer and I can sell them a high ticket offer, as opposed to 50,000 views from random people who are never going to buy anyway. So focus on attracting the right audience, not the biggest audience possible. Now let's move on to A tier. We're getting into the real game changers here, and these things will hold you back more than anything else. The first is staying in the wrong environment. If you are surrounded by people who have a broke mindset, they don't understand what you're trying to achieve, they don't want to see you doing better than them, what do you hope to accomplish? Because your environment shapes you more than you realize. If everybody around you thinks that making money online is a scam, or you cannot make $10,000 per month except if you have a high-paying regular career and you're extremely lucky, of course it's going to hold you back. The fastest way to level up by far is to put yourself in an environment where success is the new norm. That might mean moving to a completely new city, joining a mastermind, joining a group, or even simply cutting out toxic people in your life. And that's why the next thing is your social circle. Now your social circle is a part of your environment, but this is huge because we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. You need to distance yourself from people who complain all the time and want to drag you down. They don't support your ambitions. It sounds harsh, but it's the truth. To level up, I had to let go of some people who were just not aligned with where I wanted to go. You can't please everyone, but the first person person you should aim to please, it's yourself. And finally, S tier, the biggest things that kept me broke for years. The first was to charge low ticket prices. For a long time, I thought that the way to make a lot of money was to sell cheap products and to get lots of customers. So I was selling low ticket offers, chasing commissions, and making tiny profits on all of my sales. But then I realized something. It's much easier to sell a $1,500 offer to 10 people than it is to sell a $50 product to 300 people. So the moment I switched from selling low ticket to selling high ticket products for at least $1,000, everything changed. I made more money with fewer customers. So if you're struggling to make money, stop playing the low ticket game. Charge what you're worth. Work with fewer but better customers and watch how quickly things change. Now, the biggest mistake out of everything we talked about that kept me broke for the longest time ever was trying to figure out everything on my own instead of just working with a mentor and shortcutting the whole process. Growing up in the low middle class, I sort of developed a scarcity mindset. I mean, it's natural after all. We didn't have an abundance of money growing up, so every dollar, every penny mattered. But I seriously believed that I could do everything on my own just by consuming free content, reading books, and doing my best. But the problem is, when you try to do that, becoming successful takes you decades, if you even become successful one day. Because there's so much that goes into building a profitable business, it's extremely difficult to do it all by yourself. 99.9% of people fail. And so I wasted months, years, trying to connect the dots and to figure out everything on my own, making so many goddamn stupid mistakes that could have been avoided if instead I had paid a coach who could have showed me how it's done. And the truth is, every successful person I know has a mentor, and multiple mentors in fact. People who always think they can do everything on their own, they're always the broke ones. So the successful people I know, they didn't waste any time guessing, any time trying to figure it all out. They just paid for shortcuts, because time is infinitely more precious than money. So when I finally made the decision to invest in myself, everything changed. I went from struggling to making real money in a fraction of the time. So if you're serious about your success, about your financial future, stop trying to reinvent the wheel or to do everything alone, because you don't have to. Find somebody who's already built what you want and directly learn from them. So there you have it, the full tier list of everything that kept me broke. So if you recognize yourself doing any of these things, it's time to make some changes. And the faster you eliminate these things from your life, the faster you will make more money. So if you want me to personally help you to start or to grow your business, I invite you to check out the free video training I made for you in the description below, or you can also directly apply to book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can help you. With that being said, I'll be waiting for you on the other side.